Limiting beliefs will be the death of your success. Hello, welcome to First Gen Money, a channel for all things lifestyle and money from a millennial perspective. Today, we're tackling limiting beliefs, what they are, how they stop us from living our best life, and we don't welcome them here, right? Limiting beliefs are not welcome here, but I'm not perfect, and limiting beliefs have popped into my head all the time and still do, but we need to learn what they are so we can, as soon as they come up, we can just go shut it down. So in this video, I'm gonna try to give you some tips as to how you can tackle them and get rid of those limiting beliefs to welcome abundance in your life. Okay, so for starters, what is a limiting belief? A limiting belief is a state of mind or a view that you hold that is limiting in one way or another. This could be about yourself, about society, about other people, about just the world and how the universe works, and it could be about your money. Limiting beliefs are so subtle. We might not even notice ourselves saying things like, oh, I can't, that's only for rich people. We might not notice ourselves saying that, but the truth is that these little small, subtle things that come out of our mind or even that we think are very powerful. And it's one of the reasons why I'm like, having children is crazy, because you need to watch everything that you say around them, because they're just going to absorb all that. And all those I can'ts are going to be limiting beliefs that you pass on to them. So that's all I'm going to say. But still, even if you don't have children or little kids around you, it's really important that you're not saying this out loud to yourself or even speaking it in your mind, right? Because they tell us that we can't do something before we even try to do that something. According to Psychology Today, beliefs are the lens in which we see the world. They can influence your perception of things, define for you what is good, bad, true, possible, impossible, skew your perspective in positive or negative ways, direct or limit the actions that you take, shape your character, affect your relationships, determine your health, and lower or increase the levels of your happiness. That's a pretty serious list of things. So clearly we gotta watch out with these limiting beliefs. Some example money limiting beliefs are things like, it takes money to make money, poor get poorer and the rich get richer, money is the root of all evil, my financial success is dependent on external forces, rich people are selfish and bad, you have to step over people to climb the corporate ladder, only doctors and lawyers make a lot of money, money doesn't grow on trees, things like that. But there's so many other limiting beliefs, right? These are just some examples. And, the truth is, this has slipped out of my mouth many times. I have found myself saying things like this, and it's a work in progress with these. Story time. I remember a couple years ago, I was sitting with my parents in the dining room table, and we were looking at Zillow, and I was looking at a bunch of nice brownstones in Jersey City's downtown area when my mom had said something like, oh, I can't wait till you buy one of these houses. One of these houses is going to be yours one day. And I looked at her and I was like I'm ever going to be able to afford $1 million house? And right away, my parents were like, what? Cállate la boca, eso no se dice ni de broma. No, but seriously, my mom and my dad were both like, why are you saying this about yourself? Why? Of course you can own this house. You can own this house and another house and a million other houses. Why are you... And my mom was all like, pero si tú estudiaste, se supone que eres educada, ¿por qué dices estas cosas? All that stuff came out of her mouth. And I was like, ooh, I said something bad. And yeah, I did. I was giving myself a limiting belief even before I started the process of building wealth. I was already talking about how I'm never ever gonna be able to afford that, blah, 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 blah. All this stuff. When in reality, if I wanted to, of course I can work to afford that. Of course I can get there. My point is, words are powerful, and you don't want to be thinking about or saying things that are making yourself stay in the same position that you're in. So we need to be very careful about the words that we choose. How do we stop these limiting beliefs and stop unconsciously shooting ourselves in the foot. You know, as I mentioned before, I have not perfected this. This is a work in progress, and it always will be, because we can't help the things that pop into our head. The first thing that you can do is really to start thinking about positive beliefs, abundant beliefs, realizing that the universe is abundant. There's always going to be enough for all of us. There's no reason to say that I can't, I don't because I'm this. Don't put yourself in a box. And so part of that is to write down some affirmations, some words of abundance, things like, I will succeed, or there is enough for everyone and more, things like that. And when you notice these limiting beliefs popping up in your head, the goal is not to never have them, right? The goal is to realize that they're popping up in your head and saying like, I see you, but I'm not gonna listen to you. Like, even before I see you, I'm just gonna like kick you out of my brain. And you'll need that abundant, the positive belief to substitute it. So if you can have those on deck, it'll be much easier. The second thing you can do is to create a compelling future for yourself, right? Goal set. Create a plan for the year, for 5 years, so you know what you're working towards and you know that you have a step-by-step plan to getting there. The third thing is just to take action. You need to actually start moving towards the progress that you want to see. For example, I started a YouTube channel for First Gen Money in 2017 simply because I was like, oh, one day I'm going to want to have a YouTube. And I didn't do anything for 3 years. And then finally I was like, I just need to do it. Even if it's not perfect, I need to start. Taking action is just that. It is starting and making some movement towards what your goal is. Number 4 is to just remain focused on your goal. And every time that you get that limiting belief pop into your head, just reframe it and keep on keeping on. You gotta just like stay in your lane, but in a good way. I feel like stay in your lane is a bad thing to say. No. You have to stay focused and motivated towards your own goal, right? Don't let other things make you feel like that's not going to be possible. We need to remember that the universe is abundant. There is so much out there, and there's no need to compete with other people for things, because the universe already has our back. What I constantly tell myself is that money is energy. Money is going to flow in and out of our lives, and we need to be okay with that. You know, we need to be okay that some days it's going to leave us, some days it's going to come back. It's something that helps us remember that we can't keep money tight, right? Money is supposed to flow. And to be fully transparent, this is something I remind myself all the time. Just last week, Ari and I went grocery shopping, and in the past, I have gotten very upset about the things that he's putting in our cart, if it's too much money. Like, I have just been like super over analyzing all the stuff that he puts into our cart. But this time around, it came into my head, right? Like, I was like, don't get upset over this. Don't get upset over this. Because I have to remind myself that it's okay. It's okay. This trip to the grocery store isn't gonna like make or break my financial situation. So why stress about whether he's getting a $10 piece of meat or an $8 piece of meat? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And I have to constantly remind myself. So it is a work in progress for me, and it will be for you too. But the point is that we need to realize when we're doing this so we can just switch it back. We are unlimited, and that is all we need to remember. Money is just energy, right? It's not something we need to hold on tight to. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope, you take a look at what your limiting beliefs are, write them down and say like, these stop today. I'm done with these limiting beliefs, because we need to start living in abundance if we want to see financial success, if we want to just like be better. If you liked this video, please consider subscribing, hit that like button, share it with a friend, let them know about First Gen Money. And if you haven't yet joined, We have a Latinas Get Money community. It's a Slack community, and I'm inviting you to join because we are having money conversations amongst each other. It is a safe space for you to talk about money, to ask any questions that you have related to money. So join us on Slack. I will leave the link in the description, and I will see you in my next video.